Hey, welcome back to the Big Rancho. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, over the weekend, something rather horrific happened. Yet another shooting, this time at a Madden 19 tournament down in Jacksonville, Florida. After losing in the tournament, apparently this jackass went back to his car, got his gun, and came back and shot some of the people who were partaking in the tournament. In the end, 2 people dead, plus the loser gunman. And it leaves you with the only question to ask: why? Why in the hell would somebody lose a game, a video game, and then come back and murder some people? What the hell is wrong with people when they think this is okay? Now I understand. I've seen a lot of rage quits. I've been angry over losing before. I've had multiple controllers end up against walls. That is just a normal course of video game playing and being a gamer at times. You might get upset that you've lost or whatever, especially if it's a real intense situation or a very close game. And that I understand. I understand if you get upset. I used to play NCAA football with my friends, and we would have our share of fits and screaming matches at each other. But it never would have gotten to the point that we would want to murder somebody. We might not talk to each other for for a few minutes, but afterwards, but we'd never kill each other over it. And so here this guy is at a tournament with other people who just love the game of Madden, playing a little football, and he loses. So he loses it and murders people. And then takes his own life because he's a chicken shit. In most cases, I would sit here and say that, people that commit suicide, that they were going through something. They're having a rough time. And they just weren't able to see a way out. But this guy here, 24 years old, not only kills himself, but he only killed himself because he'd killed 2 other people. Either that, or he went there with the intention of taking his life and murdering people on his way out. I don't know what the case is here. But as I see it, if you murder people and then you kill yourself so you don't have to face the consequences, then you're a coward. You're a pile of chicken shit. 2 people lay dead. 9 others wounded. A mother tweeting out about how her son was shot 3 times. Three times. And survived. The kid was shot. The guy was shot, and he still helped people get to safety, apparently. Thanks to everybody that tried to help those people, that helped try to get them to safety and everything. Thank you to the Jacksonville Police Department, who responded, from what I have, from all accounts I have seen, very quickly to the scene. And I'm just glad that it wasn't worse. But it has to be asked, when will these esport events take security seriously? Are they going to wait until another one happens, or are they going to start locking down their security now? I understand this took place in a fairly open area, but you've got to do more for security. Because the question has to be asked how he was able to get that gun in there to shoot those people in the first place. Because even with your right to bear arms, you can still limit where people can carry their firearm. But that's what happened. A gamer playing Madden got mad because he lost and chose to take other people's lives because he sucked. There's no excuse. Does this go back? I mean, does it go back to parenting and the lack thereof? I mean, are parents just not teaching their kids coping skills for when, life doesn't go their way? Or are they teaching them that it's okay to go off and murder people just because you don't like what happened? Any of you out there who have parents who have not taught you right from wrong, have not taught you proper coping mechanisms for loss and losing, let me tell you, the proper solution is somebody angering you, or somebody beating you at something, or just being better than you at something. The proper answer is not murder. The proper answer is to get better, to improve yourself. Like I see here on YouTube at 165 subscribers. Could I be angry and jealous of other YouTubers who have been more successful? Sure, I could be. I could get angry and I could be like that stupid woman that showed up to YouTube. But I wouldn't. Why? Because it's not the proper thing to do. I know right from wrong. One way you can cope with people being better than you at something or beating you at something is to improve yourself. I see here watching my videos. I watch my videos and I've noticed I have not improved as much as I would have liked. Should I hold that against Keemstar? Should it be his fault that I have not been able to improve myself to the point of increasing my viewership? No. I wouldn't blame Keemstar for that. Technically, he's beaten me in the game here. And I have other YouTubers that I noticed started right around the same time I did with similar content. They're doing better. Why? Because they've continued to improve, and apparently I haven't. That's not their fault. Should I blame them? No. Should I retaliate with violence? No. Violence is never the answer. Especially over a damn video game. The only time I ever condone violence is in self-defense. If someone is going to harm you or kill you, then fine. You have to do what you have to do. But these people were innocent. All they were doing was playing a damn video game. And this guy killed him for it. Why? Because he sucked that day. Myself, I would never join a Madden tournament. Because I would suck. And it would be a waste of my time and anybody else's that played. I'm lucky that I win a game when I'm playing against the computer. It's definitely not against people. But there's no excuse. Just because someone is better than you at something or they beat you at something does not mean you kill them. Does not mean you harm them. It means you go home and you get better. Could you imagine if somebody like Eminem, instead of going back and writing more songs and more bars, could you imagine if he just went off and shot everybody that was better than him? Because I'm guaranteeing you, at some point in time, There were a lot of people better than him. But what did he do? He got better and became one of the top people in the world of hip hop. You can't kill people just because you don't like the fact that they're better than you. To the families of the victims, I am sorry. To those of you that survived, I am sorry you had to go through that. I am sorry that our laws have not caught up to the point to where we can keep people like that from shooting other Americans. But this just sickens me. I'm sick and tired of every time I freaking turn around, there's been another damn shooting. Or another shooting with another 80 people shot in Chicago. Or more shootings in Houston or Dallas or anywhere. Much less these open events. To the world of esports, you're going to have to do better in securing your events. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're going to have to waste more time, more effort, more money because our government refuses to do anything to make changes. But you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do. Concert venues are having to change. Things are just having to change. And it's unfortunate. Schools are having to change the way they do things. I don't know what else to say. I will tell you this. That these kind of events must stop. They must end. There's no reason for the violence. There's no reason to kill people for absolutely no freaking reason. Anyhow, this has been the Big Ranch Show. I'm your host, Jacob Keck. And I'll see you down the road.